So that was a promising start. But I think the van survived for at least a few more days after that. Yeah. However, he soon graduated from those humble beginnings when one day while delivering in Scarborough in the early hours, he somehow managed to scrape his truck down. Oh, was that gone again?
Oh, he's got the right time, Rick. Are we back on there?
He managed to scrape his truck down almost the entire length of a parked car, which I just assumed was blocking his way. And then simply driving away and denying it completely when he got back to work. He also denied it when questioned by the transport manager, and by the warehouse supervisor, and by the managing director of the Hawks. In fact, he continued to deny it for the next 20 years, probably that. Yeah, until one day he just decided to fess up to me and tell me that he'd actually done it. Anyway, later he also took his HGV Class 1 test and passed first time. No, I'm sorry, no. I passed my Class 1 test first time. Graham failed his. I've also shared a few houses with Graham, and one thing he's always eager to do is divide up the rent and the bills with one of his beloved spreadsheets, all pie charts. And he told me that it was the fairest way to do this. But as with his kitty idea on the bike rides, he somehow always manages to keep a pocket full of leftover money. And talking of bike rides, I organise a mountain biking trip for us once every year. Because Graham once told me he fancied doing it annually with a group of blokes.
You missed that.
And one time he managed to get us all around a free drink by fixing the hotel's radiator system, as he had just the right tool for the job. A rare example of Graham's tool coming in useful. Eventually though, he managed to meet the woman of his dreams, but she moved away and then he met Claire. Who obviously was beyond his wildest dreams. And while they've been together, they've shared Graham's love for skiing, Graham's love for running, Graham's love for chocolate and biscuits, but thankfully also Graham's love for a good family life. And now I've spoken enough about him, Graham, if you don't mind, I'd like to finish off on Claire. I've known Claire for many years. And I just wanted to say, she is one of the loveliest, most patient and tolerant people I've ever met. But then she'd have to be to put up with Graham all these years. And when they had Archie, she then had to share the house with 3 lads. You know, one of them a noisy, crying, bald, chubby little thing who dribbled constantly and filled his pants every 2 minutes. And the other 2 were Archie and Sam. And now that they've eventually decided to tie the knot, I have the great privilege of wishing them all the happiness in the world on their wedding day. So now would you all please be upstanding and join me in a toast to the bride and groom, Graham and Claire.
Graham and Claire. Congratulations. Well done. You did really well.
I love my drink, can't you?
You having a drink? After all that, you'd said we need a drink. I need some weed now.
Yeah. I'll switch it off now.
You don't go to the big building, go down the park and
I was shaking the longer I was up there. My hands were shaking more.